Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. It's Jasmine and I'm back with another video. Today's video, just like I told you last week, would be a DIY shelf video. So I'm so excited because I love the way these shelves turned out and I cannot wait for you to see it. Let's jump in. So here's the room before. I actually really love the way it looks. There's just a few reasons why I wanted to make some changes. The shelves on these walls were pretty rickety and they couldn't hold as much weight as I wanted to put on them. So I knew I needed some thicker, heavier brackets. And then also this wallpaper, which I shared in my last video, was kind of coming off the wall. So I knew I wanted to remove it and I wanted to do something different. So in my last video, this is kind of a recap. I just removed everything from the walls and I lime washed the walls. And if you want a detailed tutorial on that, I will link that video here for you, but we're gonna just move on from that for this video and we're gonna start on the shelves. So I'm gonna reuse these shelves because I think they're still in pretty good condition and I can fix them up. But if you don't have any wood to start with, just go to your local hardware store and grab some pine wood. So this is the most inexpensive kind of wood. Obviously, if you want something nicer, you can go for that as well. I just keep it really budget friendly by using pine wood, and we're gonna stain it, so we're gonna have a different look with it. I have two different widths to the shelves. So this one is about 6 inches, I believe, and then the other one, a little bit deeper to hold plates and bigger things, is about 8 or 9 inches wide. And so pick whichever one works for you. You can take your measurements down there and they will actually cut the wood for you at the store if you don't have like a saw at home. So first thing, I'm just going in and sanding it down. I want to say I used a 220 grit sandpaper, so something really fine. And I'm just taking off that top layer. This natural pine wood turns yellow when you don't stain it or put any finish on it. And so that's what happened with this. It was a quick job that never really got finished. And so we're just gonna sand off that top layer and make it fresh again. Also, if you love decorating with all things wood, like I do, I love having a sander to just refresh at any time. This one's from Amazon and it's about 30 bucks. I can link it down below just in case anybody wants it. Then I grabbed some wood filler and I'm just filling in the holes from where the screws were previously. Another thing that you can use if you have holes in your wood but you don't have wood filler is just a little bit of wood glue and some sawdust from sanding, and it also does the trick of filling in the wood holes. So next I just wanted to whitewash the wood to make sure that we didn't go back to the yellow color. And so all I'm doing is taking some white latex paint that I already had and mixing it with some water. I looked this up online. So for a transparent look, you're supposed to do about a 1-to-1, so 1 part water, 1 part paint, but it was still a little bit darker than what I had wanted. So then it suggested to do a 2-to-1, so 2 parts water, 1 part paint. And then you can still wipe it off with like a damp cloth, or I'm using a sponge to just get that to the shade or the color that you're wanting it to be. So I still want to add a stain over it, so I don't want it to be super white and like look like a painted shelf. I still wanted the wood grain to show through. So here's the shelves after the whitewash has dried. There's still a bit of yellow, but I think we're in a good spot to start staining. So I grabbed Special Walnut. I already had this, so that's why I'm using it, but I think I wanted to go a little bit darker than this, really, to create more contrast between the shelf and the lime wash wall, but this is gonna work. I'm gonna stain it with at least 2 coats and then go from there. So here's our shelves after 2 coats of stain have dried. They're still pretty light, but I'm gonna move forward with them. So I applied 2 coats of polyurethane and I'm letting them dry about an hour to 2 hours in between and sanding it down with a fine grit sandpaper and then applying a second coat. Okay, so I haven't been thrifting in a while, at least a few months, I would say maybe even longer. So I'm excited to go in here and just look to see if I could find some shelf decor. It's one of my favorite things to look for at the thrift store. I don't know why. I think I rarely ever find anything that's like a fabric or material. I'm not against it. I just, sometimes it makes me feel icky. But maybe I'll get over that one day. I don't know. So this is future Jazz reflecting back on that day I was in the thrift store, and I had to tell you guys this story because it's stupid and it's funny. So I went in there that day and I was like, yeah, I never look at like fabrics because it's kind of icky. And then I was like, why don't I ever look at fabrics? So I went to the clothing section and I found the cutest jeans. I brought them home and tried them on, and now they're my favorite pair of jeans. So I was gonna show you guys just to be silly. These are the jeans. They're J. Crew. And now they're my favorite pair of jeans. Go figure. Now back to the video. So the sections that I typically check at the thrift store would be the basket section to see if I could find any cool baskets. And I found this cute little woven one with a little detail on it where you could hang it from like a coat rack or something like that. Put a plant in it, like carry little trinkets in there, but maybe use it in the bathroom. I thought it was a great find. And then also, I love to look at the pottery. I like to find unique or handmade looking pieces, which sometimes can be a little bit more expensive to source from the store, but if you find them at the thrift store, they're very inexpensive. And then the other items I love to find at the thrift store are things that I can reimagine and recreate into something different, whether it's using it for a different purpose or just switching up the color. If I love the shape of a vase or a vessel, being able to take it home and then just paint it a different color or add texture or whatnot just to make it my own and make it work for my space. So here's the items that I got, all the ones that I ended up with anyway. These were super cute. These were all like, what were they? $2.99, so $3 each. But I love how unique they are and like the material that they're made out of. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it feels very handmade. So I really love that. And then this one has like a really nice texture, which I think will be great to paint over. I mean, it's a nice neutral color, but I think I'm needing like more darker items on the shelf, so I might just paint it with a darker color. I love this little guy. He looks really handmade. So I'm really excited about all of these. The only ones that I don't really love are, I liked that they were like, that they go together as a cute little set, but I'm not crazy about this like dot pattern, so I may paint these ones or use them in another project that's not in my kitchen. But yeah, so these are the items that I got, and that's our little collection. So whenever I buy anything from the thrift store, I always wash it. So I left it to soak in this hot water bath for a little while. Now we move on to hanging our shelves. So it's very difficult to hang shelves by yourself, but I live alone, so that's the cross I had to bear. I just hung the level up on the wall first, marked out both sides of it where it was straight, and then put a piece of tape the exact length of my shelf where I wanted the shelf to be, and then I just marked out where I would be screwing in the holes for the brackets. And then from there, it's pretty self-explanatory. I drilled the holes for the wall anchors and then screwed the brackets in. The wall anchors and screws all come with the brackets that I ordered on Amazon, so I will link those down below. These ones are actually very, very sturdy, so I love them, and 10 out of 10 recommend. And now let's see the before and afters. These lime wash walls and these DIY shelves really do transform this space, but there's still so much I want to do in here with the sink area and then the island and like where the stove is. So stay tuned, make sure you're subscribed and following along because I'm transforming these spaces just one little piece at a time. And one last thing I wanted to share, after I filmed this video, I actually found this cute little tea set. So I moved around the shelves a little bit, and I think what's really fun about having open shelving is that when you find cute little things, you have a place to display them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the shelves. I'm obsessed with them. Like I said, I think they look amazing. I thought the kitchen looked great before, but I think it looks even better now. Let me know if you were a fan of the before kitchen or if you're a fan of the after kitchen or both. And then also, I wanted to ask you guys if you think I should upload on Thursday nights or on Friday mornings, which one you prefer. Are you guys like evening YouTube people, or do you typically watch your videos like in the morning or during the day? Let me know. I'm just trying to figure out the best strategy for getting back on YouTube and like when to post and all those things. So it's helpful to know just when you guys like to watch and all the things. So I'm coming to you guys for the best advice on all these things. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, all the support, the comments, the likes. You guys are just crushing it. So I just appreciate you guys so much. And just as always, keep spreading the love and light. Make sure to tune in next week for my new video, and I will catch you on the next one. We bring it back to life, taking it to